Hello and welcome guys. Today we're doing another video about Sensible Finance. Yes, another video about Sensible. Today we're going to be going over the white paper of Sensible Finance. You can find it on the main page of their website. The link is going to be in the description. Right at the top you can see audit report and white paper. But to start off, what is a white paper? White paper is an informational document usually issued by a company, organization to promote or highlight features of a solution, product or service that it offers or plans to offer. Basically, it should tell you everything about the plans and what it's supposed to do. So in the crypto world, it should have the tokenomics and the unique selling point of the coin. So if we click on the white paper, it welcomes us. Hello, we are Sensi, nice and polite. A quote from Mark Koenigsberg. Not really interested in that, but here we are. First information about Sensible and what it has: a deflationary token with a decentralized finance use case. So deflationary basically means that it burns a percentage of itself with every transaction. When it comes to Sensi, it does burn 2% with every transaction. So 4% is retained, 1% goes to charity, 1% goes to liquidity pool, and 2% is burning itself. As you can see here, Sensi used to be known as Sensible. Sensible was basically version 1 of the token. It had worse tokenomics. It had a 10% fee. So they quickly moved on to better tokenomics with Sensi, which only has 4% fee as mentioned, and it has a deflationary dynamic by burning 2% with every transaction. We can read more about it here. The tokenomics of Sensi: 4% tax is placed on each transaction, and as I have said, 2% burnt, 1% goes to liquidity pool, and 1% is further allocated to charitable donations. Those charitable donations are not selected by the developing team on its own. You have a vote of where you want the money to go to. On Telegram, they usually, I think it's once a month, they do it where you can vote where the money goes to. They give you a list of most voted charities, and then from that list you can vote where you want the money to go to, which is pretty nice. You have some sort of say of what you want to do with the money rather than it just being sent out to a charity that nobody really wanted it to go to. Smart staking and how we do it. This is the most important slide, and this is the most important part of Sensible Coin. Smart staking is the unique selling point. It is not out yet as of now. We are still waiting for it, but it should be the biggest boost to Sensi Coin, as it should be bringing something revolutionary, something new. Maybe not new, but used in a way that we haven't seen before. It should be a long-term product, good investment for newcomers, and we should see a great return on our investment. So Smart Stake is a flagship investment platform. In my last video I showed you a sneak peek of how the platform actually looks like, and it is pretty beautiful. It works by using automation to spread users stake BNB tokens. So as you can see already, it is going to be using an external cryptocurrency. So it's going to be staking BNB. That means it's going to be bringing in more money from outside just Sensi, as it is going to be bringing BNB. It is going to be a selection of 10 yield farms and 5 high return staking pools. These platforms return on average between 1 to 3% interest daily. That is a large amount, especially if you think about compound interest. We're going to be doing some calculations with that in just a second. Depending on current market conditions, 1% of the yield is recycled back into the staking pool. Pretty great to ensure continued growth. 1% is going into a fund for future marketing, promotion, expansions. That is great as well, so we can get on like bigger exchanges. We can get some YouTubers to promote Sensi, TikTokers, whatever is cool right now. And the rest of BNB yielded is converted to Sensi. Now that's gonna be burning 2% on each transaction, as we have said before. So it's going to be bringing BNB from outside, it's going to be converting to Sensi, burning 2% of it on the way through. As you can see in this sentence, majority will be paid to stakers daily. That means that you can actually get more of it if you commit to a longer plan. So if you're taking it out on the daily, your reward is going to be less than if you let's say stake it for 6 months, if there's going to be a plan that long, let's say 3 to 12 months if they make longer plans. So if you stake it for the longer plan, you're basically gonna be rewarded with better rewards. And at the end of the plan, as you can see, you can just take it out or reinvest it on the website. Reinvesting is going to be great if you don't need to take it out because of the compound interest. So let's see, 1 to 3% daily. We can do some calculations right now. So if we take a look at a compound interest calculator, as we have read on the slides before, it is going to be about 1 to 3% daily. 1% is going to be retained for the staking pool. 1% is going to be going to marketing and promotion. So we're only going to be left with about 1%. And if we are on the lower side of the current market conditions, it is only going to be about 1/3 of a percent on the daily interest. So if we do some calculations, our initial deposit is $1,000. That's about 2-3 BNB as of now, and we assume that it's going to be 0.3% daily interest over a period of 1 year with daily compound interest. We can see that our investment value is going to be 3,000 at the end of the year, which from 1,000, it is a interest earned of $1,900. Now that is not bad. Almost 200% effective annual rate, which is APY, that's what it stands for. And you can see month by month how it is developing over those periods. Now, and that is also assuming that we are on the lower side of the interest rate. Let's say you stake it for a longer period of time, so we can be getting a larger interest rate, and we also are in better market conditions, so we can assume 0.5% daily return, and you start with, let's say, 1,500 your initial deposit. At the end of the year, you're going to be left with about 6,000, I assume, actually 9,000. So 1,500, that's what you start with, let's say January 1st, and at the end of the year you have $9,000 to your name. If you take out your initial investment, you still have 7.7 thousand return with the compound interest. Now that is the true power of compound interest, and that is why smart staking can be so powerful in the future. Moving back to the smart staking white paper, we can see that a portion of the yield, which is currently standing at 3%, is going to be retained within the Sensi ecosystem. The token holders will have an option to lock their tokens for a set time period and receive a share of these rewards. That's what I was talking about earlier on. If you receive your plan from BNB and you receive it in Sensi, then you can lock that Sensi and increase your rewards. 2% is distributed across all holders with locked Sensi, with 1% being burned. So another burning system, which is great as it's going to reduce the supply over longer periods of time, especially if smart staking actually brings a lot of new investors into the program. We're gonna see a lot of burns within this year, enhancing the deflationary effects already built into the Sensi tokenomics, basically what I just said. The system is consistently funneling external BNB currency into a Sensi ecosystem. That's what I was talking about. It's going to be bringing external BNB, so it's not only going to be buying Sensi and staking Sensi, it's also going to be bringing external currencies, which is great, as it basically more money is going to be converted into Sensi at the end of the stake. Here we have a good looking graph of what smart staking is actually going to be looking like. A high yield, risk managed smart staking platform for BNB investors with built-in rewards and highly deflationary benefits to Sensi token holders. You see at the start, you input your BNB into a farm. That BNB is put into yield farms. Yield is paid out in BNB. BNB then gets swapped to Sensi, and you have your Sensi output on the way. As we have mentioned, some of it is retained, some of it is burned. Then you have two options. You can either withdraw it to your wallet, or you can lock it to a Sensi plan, and then with a Sensi plan you can increase your rewards. And here, as we have already mentioned, 1% is going to be burned, 2% is going to be spreading into those holders. Now, the difference between staking and smart staking. Smart staking is gonna auto withdraw to your wallet, multiple farms and pools. That is pretty much the best point that you can make, because it is gonna be reducing the risk, as your money is split into different pools and different farms. So the risk that one of them is going to go bust and the other are going to be making money is far more balanced, basically diversifying your portfolio. And with normal staking, you only have a single farm or pool. Better risk mitigation, better reliability, that's what I've just mentioned, with multiple farms and pools, prevents risk of loss basically prevents risk of full loss. There's probably still going to be some loss involved, but it's not going to be like you're going to lose all your money. Highly deflationary effect, and with staking is basically the opposite of smart staking. So let's go over this slide in more detail. Staking, what is staking in its nature? Basically, it's a process where you deposit your tokens into an investment platform, and then they guarantee you a return by trading your coins. Now, this has some risk with it because there are some farms and some pools that cannot be trusted as much, and you don't always know what those pools are. So those can fail, and they can basically turn into a rug pull, taking all of your coins and everyone else's coin that has been staked, and just take them out and withdraw them. So smart staking kind of prevents that, because your money is going to be split into a couple of those farms, a couple of those pools. So even if one of them turns out to be a scam, you're not going to lose all of your money, because only a small percentage of your money went into that pool. That you're still going to have majority of your money spread into pools that effectively have been checked and should be more legitimate. Manually staking coins to just one or two of these providers could result in catastrophic losses. And as we can read here, it isn't always easy to check the legitimacy of a farm before handing over your coins, and checking every single pool and every single farm could take a significant amount of time, especially if you just want to stake a coin for a short period of time. So it might not be the most effective way to do things. That's why smart staking should be a better version of doing that. With smart staking, it will be automatically checking the audit. So it is drastically going to be reducing the possibility of falling a victim to a rug pull or any other scam. Staking BNB is going to be spread across 15 platforms, as I have already mentioned a couple of times, which is then going to be reducing the risk as your exposure is going to be limited. I guess the comparison that you can make here, if you are investing in normal stocks, it's going to work like an ETF. You're not going to be putting all of your money into one stock. You are going to be spreading it into different stocks, diversifying your portfolio in an easier way. Which prevents you from losing a large amount of money if one stock was to go bust. Now, what about regular V2 staking? The staking with version 1 of the token, as I have mentioned, Sensible, and version 2 contract was only created to reward early investors. There was a pre-allocated 25 trillion Sensi pool acting as a bridge between the launch of V2 and the release of smart staking platform. Basically, if you was an early investor and you have put some money into it, like I have 250 billion Sensi I have bought at an early date, I was able to put my money into V2 staking and take out about 15% or so profit. So I have been rewarded about 30 billion Sensi for locking my Sensi into a reward program. Now, if we look at the roadmap, some of it has already been completed. V2 Sensi launch, that has been completed. The website V2, that has already been completed. The website does look much better. The earlier website was not as clear. Contract audit, that has been done. V2 standard staking platform already coming to a finish. I have already taken out my harvested Sensi. Everything went smooth, no issues. Promotional videos, YouTube channel, some of it has been done. I believe there's a large marketing campaign coming out when smart staking releases. Social media push, same thing. Further influence, same thing. Smart stake launch, well, that's the biggest date that we are waiting for. Smart stake promotional phase. So yeah, the campaign that's going to be linked in with smart staking release. Compliance, further exchange listings. As of yesterday, there was an announcement, if you've seen the video, that Sensi is going to be launching on DigiFinex on the 24th of May. And there should be more exchanges coming, such as Hotbit, I believe, and some other ones, if they have managed to come to an agreement with them. Further development, there are some plans with further development, but they have not released them yet. They just want to focus on smart staking as of now. Future roadmap additions. Here we can read that the end goal for Sensi is simple. It is to allow holder of any cryptocurrencies to stake their coins with them, while taking advantage of the best possible yield pool annual effective rates available across every cryptocurrency. So basically, at the start, you're only going to be available to stake BNB, and then BNB is going to be transferred into Sensi, but the end goal is to be able to stake any cryptocurrency and have it spread into those 10 or 15 farms. Fiat gateway, basically right now you only are investing into crypto or you're not. So they want to make a gateway for that. Interest rates are offered by banks are at an all-time low, so pretty much with smart staking they can offer better yields than centralized banks. They also plan to invest some of the money into artificial intelligence so that they can develop a system that will be making autonomous investment decisions around the clock. Some of the expectations that they have already met, and some like promotional stuff. 5,000 holders, that needs to be updated because we are coming close to 12,000 holders right now. 6 million plus market cap. We've already been at 60 million market cap. Currently it is about 15 million. Still a great time if you want to get in. Some stuff about social media, links, all of them you can find in Telegram. I will leave a link down in the description. Thank you for being a part of Sensi. That is pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for the YouTube algorithm. I think it was a pretty interesting video going over what Sensi has in store for us, and reading the white paper is always interesting because you need to gain fundamental knowledge about the business rather than just looking at the chart and buying or not buying because there's a hype for a stock. You need to look at the bigger picture, what Sensible actually wants to achieve, and this gave us a good understanding of that. That was a longer video than usual, but I hope it was helpful for all of you to understand what is in store for us. That is going to be it. I'll see you in the next one.